Nothing at all.
Slide show పెట్టారు. Slide show.
పర్లేదు. స్లైడ్లో పెట్టకండి ఎందుకంటే కొంచెం మాట్లాడతాం. సమ్ స్లైడ్స్ రిపేర్ ఫర్ టైం. Good evening. Thanks for coming because earlier the attendance used to be captured attendance of my friends only. Now it has slightly improved, I'll say. Why is is it important? Means it encourages the speaker. That's all main thing. See, the rise and fall of corporate icons. I will tell at the end of the session why this topic has been selected. Many top corporate honchos who succeeded well in their organization, when they reach the top, somehow some people succeed, some people fail. The reasons can be a number, but whatever you define, there is another case which say that's not correct. So there are no particular reasons which we can enunciate. Let us try to understand what they made them, some of them successful, and why they failed in the top position. So it is a question of anybody's guess. Next slide.
Keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah. We have taken successful leader. The first I have taken successful leader, then not so successful leaders later. 3 cases. Slightly it may take time because next.
Let us see the reason for the phenomenal success and failure of these top controls.
Got it, huh?
Recording call. Yeah, if you could. Yes, sir. Why is it?
Right.
Everyone.
If you see already recorded, but in this there is no. I'm not doing first. I'm playing it. ఫోన్ మీ వెనకాల కొడుతున్నాను.
Thank you. See, then I will stand there. That will be better.
No, it's okay. Wherever you are.
We have taken 3 successful leaders, and later we have taken 3 unsuccessful leaders. But what are the things that make them successful or unsuccessful? Their leadership qualities, ability to face tough situations, for saving their companies, set them on new path-breaking roads, and many other special qualities. On each of these things, I have enunciated one company and try to draw some conclusions about that. Next.
Mr. Dilip Shanghvi, his father in the dealer in
This voice got
He was feeling that will not grow much in the dealership, so he wanted to start his own factory.
close it first.
Even though he was living in Calcutta.
Right, that was recorded, I think.
Otherwise, what if you
Yeah, yeah, what the video?
Huh?
Yeah. be in this mode so that don't come for time.
Or
Try that book mode and stuff.
Otherwise, you can remove that.
Remove that. That should sound.
Mute it.
it must be.
No, if you run,
It is further in the dealer in drugs.
Mute it.
He was feeling that will not grow much in the dealership, so he wanted to start his own factory. Even though he was living in Calcutta, he started his factory in Bobby in 1982. Then he started making drugs. In 1997, he bought Carrago Pharma of USA, which has got his field work in the US. A lot of approvals also. So, he was doing well in that, etc.
make it maximize first.
This green one? Green one? So I think we can just keep like this. Yeah,
It is
use
like
the
what
down
is
arrow.
good enough.
Down
That is
arrow.
good enough so that don't come. Keep
We
it
can
as-
use the down arrow. to-
Otherwise, you can remove that.
Can you click on this? Mute. Right now it's difficult. Even you silence it sometimes.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
good,
good.
it's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it like this.
Dilip Sangvi, I don't know how many from pharma industries. He happens to be a very tough leader. Somehow I have a very high liking for him. I have started reading about him in 2005, 2006. This gentleman is from Calcutta. His father was a pharmaceutical dealer. He thought, how long I am going to do that pharmaceutical dealership? I will start a company. He started a company in 1982 in Vapi. Then he bought in 1997, I remember, he bought Carrago Pharma of USA. He is a psychiatrist. He is doing well and getting on. Then he started an adventure of Taro Pharma. Taro Pharma is an Israeli company. Next slide. See, this Sun Pharma, he went and he said, I am going to buy your company. Somehow they said, okay, you can buy $6. I finally paid about 45 million in 2007. With a condition saying that in 2008, I will pay you $7.75 per share for the rest of the shares. But then he removed the MD of that company and brought one from Teva, that is also Israeli company. Why he was eyeing Taro Pharma was Taro Pharma is a US based company. So he has got the distribution and it is much easier for him to penetrate USA. So what he has done is he promised them $7.75, I will buy the rest of the shares. But when the share has become, I remember $45 it has become. Then this chairman he said, no, I will not sell the company. He refused to sell the company, and then the problem started. They started fighting. Then he went to the Israeli court and he got the some kind of a decision which he didn't like it. Then he landed in New York for 14 years. Imagine this man's tenacity to fight 14 years in New York. He fought the case and finally won. And then he got the Sun Pharma. And remaining shares also he bought it to this one and this man's then next. This man has got an adventurous mind, and after so much battle, he got Taro. He was doing well, he got his money, etc. Then in between, Dr. Parvinder Singh, most of you must have heard Rambaxi. Rambaxi is number 1 and 2. Another one is Dr. Reddy Laboratory. These two are vying for the number 1 position. Rambaxi has got another story. Rambaxi was started by Mohan Singh. His son is Parvinder Singh. He used to make compost because the license was over, so he used to make compost. This Parvinder Singh, he said, no, we should make some more medicines. You cannot live on compost alone. Yeah, his father said, no, we will live on that. Then he thrown his father out of the board and he has taken over the company. And he started, and it is the history, how he has grown. Unfortunately, he died at the age of 57 itself. And his sons to Malvinder Singh and Ravinder Singh. What they have done is they are highly educated in Stanford and other things. They never knew any pharma company or every pharmaceutical. They know only the money there. So they decided to sell out the company to Daiichi. It's a Japanese Daiichi Sankyo or something. I remember. They have sold it at 4.6 billions in 2008, telling that everything is clear. You need not worry. Daiichi on the face value they have taken. But when they have started dealing with this one, they found out there are a lot of FDA violations, so they cannot sell in America. America started rejecting every factory product, and they are in serious problem. So what happened? They said, we don't want to run this company, we are fed up with this, and we want to sell. In the meantime, he has already sensed there is a problem. So Sun Pharma, Dilip Sanghi bought 5% share. And in this 5% share, he was looking for an opportunity to jump. And he jumped on the opportunity. He said, I will buy the company. At the 3.9 billions investment, he has done it. And he says another 500 millions also, I will take care of the other thing. So, a most troubled company, Ranbaxy at that time, once upon a time, it was the best company because of the sons. See how the money is spoiled. See, they've got plenty. And both of them are serving in the jail now, currently. Both of them are serving jail. One interesting point is, one of the brothers' wife spent 219 crores to get a bail. That is the value of money. People don't have value for money if it's coming freely. So anyhow, he got now the Sun Pharma. Ranbaxy is in his bag. Taro is there, and now is one of the leading pharma manufacturers. Sun Pharma. Next. So this gentleman has made a history. He doesn't lose any fight. He doesn't care any amount of time, and his fighting qualities are amazing. So I have taken him as a tough quality for fighting long battles. He is not worried by any kind of time barriers, courts, or anything, corporate battles, etc. Next is ITC Limited. My friend should spare me if there are some mistakes. ITC was an imperial tobacco company set up in 1910 in India. And they started collecting tobacco and all those. It's completely a British company, British American tobacco company. It was BAT, it is called. And over a period of time, the first chairman was, Indian chairman was Mr. Ajit Narayan Haksar. Ironically, some people, elderly people will know it. He is brother of P.N. Haksar, Principal Secretary to Indira Gandhi also. Very intelligent man, very independent, and this one. Gradually, he realized that the company was in a different shape. Next slide. See, the British company style is important, legacy of style over performance. At that time, not much MIS was done like now. So many programs to run and to tell you this is not happening, that is not happening. They were at the same country. Already in India at that time, doing business was very, very difficult. A lot of rules and regulations, etc. Obstruction by the overseas, this one. Bad, they never allowed anything to be done because bad, they thought this is their own company. And shareholder with colonial mindset. They come, enjoy here and go away. That's the kind of, and money is coming from this one. Next. This gentleman, 14 years, Ajit Narayan Haksar, he ruled this and he realized that this is a company like any garage company. No HR, nothing, no mentoring, etc. He said importance of HR, he realized that. Recruiting and training was started by him for manager. Crafted a strategy and invested in human capital, mentoring and coaching. Fast tracking for performers and moving around divisions. Now in most of the companies we say fast moving of performers. Make managers into entrepreneurs. He always believed that every manager should become an entrepreneur. So he has done that. Worked as chairman from 1960 to 1980, 83, 15 years. He's a very authoritative leader. What had happened is his successor is Jayan's next. Oh, not necessarily here. He is a man who has introduced gold flag kings and all those. He focused on distribution because for ITC, Hindustan Liver, such companies, distribution is the key. You should, once you put a one coin, you should reach almost somewhere in Himachal Pradesh also one shop it will reach. That is the kind of network Hindustan Liver and ITC have developed because they are sold in pawn shops and all those cigarettes. So he has got focused on distribution, ladder price and cigarettes. Not only one, from lower to higher price, they have got a cigarette brands, they have developed. Market share, by the time he left, from 35 to 70% is there. Introduced, he said, okay, we are in tobacco, we have made good money, let us get into hospitality business. Madras Chola, most of you may be knowing, that is the first hotel business they started, ITC. Now we know plenty of hotels are there. Next thing.
Yeah. Move.
Go on.
One more?
No, what am this is repeated. This also repeated.
Hmm.
In between Narayan Haksar and Deveshwar, there were two gentlemen, Jayan Sapru and
KL
Kelchuk. They have done their job, but Kelchuk had a very rough time with the BAT. BAT wanted to take over, he done some therapy and got it done. Jayan Sapru happened to be the brother-in-law of Haksar. So it has taken one, later it will come. He next succeeded as chairman and then Deveshwar. Deveshwar is very well known to most of the people. He has ruled the company for 20 years. He is from Delhi IIT, engineer by profession, and got into this. He realized, the first man to pronounce also, realized the danger of depending on tobacco alone. Because every day government, this lobby is saying that we should stop smoking, we should stop factories, tobacco completely should be stopped. This organizing at least, it was going very high. So he realized that one day or other the company will face a very tough situation. So gradually he started other businesses. Actually, if you see, Aksar has started a hotel business, so he continued that and smoothened the relations with the BAT, entered into atta, oil business, biscuits, notebooks, agarbatti, etc., which we are all using also. Network almost is improved like anything. Turnover of others business gradually increasing, dwarfing tobacco business. Next. Now if you see, out of 77,168 crores, it is 38% is tobacco and 62% is other businesses. Next. So what he has done, he has saved the company from any kind of a future this one. So that is the leadership quality. They were able to see very well far into future and not only what is the vision for the company and what is the likely difficulty and how to overcome. All these things are reeling in their mind, how to do it. Okay, we can visualize the future, but we will not visualize the difficulties that may come across. But they are that's why they are true leaders. Next. This is one amazing story of L&T, we call it. Lot of people asked me during my career and all, who owns the L&T? I said none. Nobody owns L&T except the employees and maybe financial institutions. How it happened is, this Larsen and Toubro have from Denmark, they have come to India as representatives for some machinery or some products. And then they started a ECC, Engineering Construction Company. Then they started L&T. Then they realized that ECC can be made a subsidiary of L&T. In 1952, it has become a company complaint. Of course, Toubro left in 1969 and Larsen retired in 1970. At that time, the company share value was very low. So Manu Chapriya, I don't know how many people know Shah Alas company, liquor. He has got a lot of money. So he started buying L&T, the shares. Then Larsen and Toubro have added one gentleman, one N.M. Desai, as a founder also. So N.M. Desai is invited that Manu Chapriya is going to raid my company. So he invited Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani bought 10.1% share, 10.5% around that share. And he came into the board, he became chairman, he has thrown out N.M. Desai, and his two sons are on the board. One of the best lessons from Dhirubhai. So he has thrown them out, N.M. Desai and others, he became the king of the company. First thing he has done is 570 crores credit to Reliance Industries. Everybody raised eyebrows. What is this? On what basis he is giving it? Then he said, L&T will buy all the shares of RIL. His kith and kin sold all the shares of RIL to L&T. So L&T was a cash-rich company. Gradually is bleeding the company. Then now the political side started happening. At that time, A.M. Naik, now today is still working. 56 years he is running the company. He is coming into the group. He became MD by 1999. Then he realized that these people are going to eat away the company. And luckily, BP Singh came as a prime minister. So he didn't like Ambani's. That was an open secret. So he said LIC is immediately came to the rescue and pushed it out, saying that he cannot be here. Then Dhirubhai Ambani's life was made miserable, and finally he had to quit. His two sons realized that living on the board is being very, very difficult. Of course, VP Singh stayed for a small time, then Chandrasekhar came, that nothing happened, etc. Then P. Narasimha Rao came, but P. Narasimha Rao didn't take any interest in the Reliance or L&T. He has got other things at it. But Dr. Manmohan Singh took interest, and he said, come on, we have to stop this. So institutions, he told, make it very strong, don't allow it. Here the role of Mr. A. Mike, he said, all the employees, please work hard and make the share very high so that nobody can raid our company. This is our company. All of us are shareholders. No boss is here. We are the bosses, we are the servants. He exhorted them wonderfully well. I still remember that newspapers, etc. So he exhorted the people, etc. And in between, Dhirubhai Ambani became very sick and he has got 10.1 share at home in his pocket. Then Kumar Mangalam Birla, he has done some trick and went and bought overnight 10.1% of that share. This 10.1% share, he came onto the board saying that he started fighting with A.M. Naik. The battle was very tough between two hot nuts, I will say. One is a businessman, one is a professional, A.M. Naik. Then finally they came to a compromise saying that I will give you the cement division, you give me the shares. So 10.1% shares have come, and he has made a cement division as a separate company and gave it. That has become Ultratech, what we are hearing. This 10.1%, he asked his employees to buy that 10.1%, so that he formed an employee federation. So the employee federation is, next slide. Next. I think about employees is about 12.3%, 12.03% is employees. And he said now LIC and Employees Federation and other thing, nobody can ride this company. This belongs to you forever. He has ring-fenced the company with this idea. Probably in India, I have not heard anybody doing that. Even MRF could not do it. MRF had only 4.2% share. But they were worried Michelin may take over. So Michelin, they asked them to get out instead of ring fencing or doing anything. So some companies cannot do it. AM Naik has done and proved he is one of the toughest man to deal with. He has dealt with Dhirubhai Ambani, he has dealt with Kumar Mangalam Birla, and he went on campaigning to the Prime Minister also and Finance Minister, saying that L&T is a gold mine and this should not fall into the private hands. And he brought it to the employees. So today L&T is the safe hands of its employees. Probably the only company in India I remember. Most of the companies have got some kind of a private holding, but this company doesn't have. Yes, now 3 companies we have taken, very clear in their thoughts, can inspire colleagues. You can die ready for a long haul in any battle. 2 examples, one is Sangvi and second is AM Naik, this quality. Have a very clear vision and the troubles ahead and come out with solutions. Our Deveshwar, he has seen a long way and he has cleared the roads for them. Identify themselves with the company. All these people, they thought company is themselves is company. There is no difference between these two. They always felt that that is their company. That's why they could do it. Over. This is about successful companies. So next. Now, not so successful, I don't say failure, not so successful. Unfiltered leaders. This sentence was used by R. Gopal Krishnan, a director in Tata Sons and Hindustan Lever also. Unfiltered leaders means those who have come up through the company, they become AM Naik, for example, but somehow people go to the other company, they are not worked in this company, so their background is not known to many of the people, how they can do wonders, etc. They are unfiltered in the same company, they come to the new companies. Now we are taking 3 cases for them. Next. These 2 cases most of you are familiar with. Infosys. He is a doctorate from USA and he has started 2 startups and they have been sold very well. And then he went to SAP and I think Chief Technology Officer, Head of Advanced Technology. Then he became Chief Technology Officer. He developed a blockbuster product, HANA. So company was amazed at its success. Plenty of money was pouring in. Then they promised him, we'll make you one of the CEOs. But actually, between sentence and happening, it didn't happen. Only one CEO was announced, he didn't get this one. So he got frustrated. He said, "Pits." He has left the company. Next. Then the Infosys story started. Infosys has got its own set of principles. So maybe people say very rigid, very this one, whatever it may be, they have chosen to be like that. Good or bad, everybody has got a mind. Some people call it a foolishness, hardcore, fool, idiot, etc. But they have set up their rules. Prudential principles of working, world-class corporate governance, whistleblower policies, investor relations standards, policies to avoid insider trading, significant number of independent directors. And also everybody has got only 6.5% share, first 6 people. One has left immediately, but these 6 people, they never crossed that 6.5% share. They said this is enough for us. One number of awards for corporate governance, best accounting practices, employee treatment, most admired company, Golden Peacock Environment Management Award, and plenty of awards, of course. Sibulal was almost the last in the founders list, and his term is coming down, and of course profits are also going down at that time. Anybody from Infosys? Okay. Next. When Sikka was taken, the whole board came to the company on that first day and introduced him as Vishal Sikka from USA, and he is a successful leader from SAP. So everything was in a high flying. This one he was introduced, and he has told him in public saying that from here now, Vishal Sikka is independent. He need not consult anybody. He can take the company forward. This is the sentence told by Naranamurthy. Really, here the problem. Shikula, this Vishal Shikha thought he is totally independent. Then he has got phenomenal success. After his entry, performance is improved. 325 clients he added compared to average of compared to 200. Compared to 200. Then attrition rate also came down from 13.4% to 12.6%. Quarterly growth from 6.3 to 17.1%. He has shown fantastic results. Introduced like zero distance and design thinking and in innovation at clients' premises. Most of you know it, when you see a problem, you bring it to head office and discuss and make a big presentations, and finally we found a solution. He said, you may not bring it here, solve the problem there itself, then you can report. So he has given a free hand to the people working at site, so that the time is cut down. Things were going very well, and he started acquisitions of foreign companies to make the company very big. Next slide. Now the real recruitment started. Recruited 700 people in USA. Earlier 1100 people were there, now another 1800 people were. More than 1 crore. India had only 1 crore people, 50 out of 1,51,000. Of course, this dollars is converted into that one, so it may look slightly jarry, but anyhow, he has projected like that, etc. Main people who are paid approximately 5.2 crores are David Kennedy, Ritika Suri, Abdul Razak, Naveen Budiraja, Sanjay Rajgopal. These 6 people who are paid fantastic salary, 5.2 crores. Some of them are from his earlier company, SAP. Vishal's salary has increased after first year 4.56 crores to 48.73 crores. Everybody raised their eyebrows, 750% share salary increase. UB Praveen Rao, 6.08 crores to 9.2. UB Praveen Rao is an old timer in Infosys. He has been there for a long time, retired recently. Next. The Panaya, this is an Israel company, has acquired at a very high price, and then the bombshell has come. One anonymous letter, whistleblower has sent it, saying that Panaya was bought at a very high price. And he said Ritika Suri and our Vishal Shikha made a lot of money in that. These are the allegation by whistleblower. Then he started giving details one by one. He said Rajiv Bansal was the CFO at the time. When the board was sitting to discuss about the acquisition of Panaya, Rajiv Bansal didn't agree and walked out of the board. He said, I don't agree with this proposal. Finally, after a few days, somehow he was made to agree, or I agreed, God knows. Finally agreed. And this David Kennedy is sitting in America. And next day board meeting, he has by night he has got the signatures of audit committee for various kinds of terraferry, whatever is done, etc. So board meeting also went up very well. This anonymous letter blew the lid out of the whole Infosys. But Sikha managed the board. At the time, R. Sheshasai was the chairman. Everybody in the board agreed, etc. He thought the things are smooth, there is no problem, because board has agreed, there is nobody further to ask. Then Narayanamurthy started his openly questioned the governance of the board. He said, how can you increase the salary from 4.3 crores to 750% to 46 crores or something? What made it? And also, come on, Pania, how did you acquire so much value? And he says, 2 people have made money. And why Bansal was paid 26.01 crores? People said he has got a lot of secrets. No, earlier 3 people have resigned as CFOs, but we never paid them like this. So finally, it became a big war of exchange of letters into the newspapers. So Sikka was puzzled. Sikka, he said, what he said is, I am amazed at the kind of onslaught on me in the newspapers, etc. And I don't know what mistake I have done, etc. I acquired the company, etc. But Narayana Murthy didn't leave. He said next week. The thing is, Sikka thought he is really truly independent when he was the board member. In India, we say you are independent, but at the same time, father will be controlling. Like this. Then exchange of open letters in the newspaper alleging corruption. Chairman of the board asked Shai, he has quit, saying that this is, I don't know whether he agreed or not, but he has submitted the resignation. Relentless onslaught by Narayana Murthy continuously over the abnormal salary of hike to Sikka, severance pay of 26 crores of Rajiv Bansal. Here the main problem has come. He didn't agree in the beginning and he has been said, I will give you a severance pay, and he has resigned also. He got his 26 crores, so he is happy, so he has left. And the ethical issues brought him completely down. He didn't expect, here the question is, he managed the board, but still he failed in the founders, etc. They were very, very severe on his ethical issues. This company is one like Tata's, and very, very highly worried about ethics. So completely he has been sidelined and he has to quit the company. Managing the board alone is not sufficient. Next. This is one unfortunate case from our own companies. I worked in Tata, so I always feel the sadness of it. Cyrus Mistry was son of Palanji Mistry, 18.2% shareholder in Tata Sons. Tata Sons is the biggest money holder and he puts money in Tata Motor, Tata Steel. Every company it has got a shareholder. So whatever the money comes as a dividend goes to Tata Sons and they invest in new companies than this one. So Tata Sons chairman is a very big position and it is only two people, Sakwatwala and another gentleman, for the chairman other than Tata title. First time Mistry has come. Mistry has owned his company, he is a very rich man. SP Engineering, Shapurji Palanji Engineering and Construction Company. He is a well-educated man, very well behaved also, comes from a billionaire family. And the board of Tata Sons in 2006 because of his father has stepped down because of old age and then he got it. Related to Tata also, Noel Tata. Noel Tata is none other than Ratan Tata's half brother. So Cyrus' sister is Alu was given to him. So their family relation, Parsi, everything was this one and he is well educated. This one. Next. See, if you see the next two slides, he has made a lot of improvement, lot of money also made and removed all the scrap that is lying. Like for example, Taj Boston, Taj Blue, but they are not making money, but they are okay. In Tata company, it's not very easy to kill a company. They go on, okay, it is dying something, give him some more money. But generally, they don't close the company unless it becomes a very peculiar case. So they were all feeding the companies, etc. And one of these favorite is this Oriental Express is favorite of Mr. Ratan Tata. It is an Italian chain of hotels. He tried his best to buy those chain, but somehow it didn't happen. So he was there. Next day, there was a lot of. See, he has got cash flows has improved. Gross debt has jumped by 2, but total net debt has come down. Tata Group revenue 70% from abroad has improved. Tata Motors has turned around. At the time it was running loss, it has improved. Tata Group entered the defense also. So he has done a marvelous work. There is no doubt. Next step. What is the problem, sir? In spite of doing very well, what is this problem? Awarding contracts, this is the allegation, I would say, because we cannot say he has done it. Allegations that these contracts are going to SP Engineering, his own company. Not able to introduce new products from Tata Motors, that was the allegation. Performance was satisfactory but not able to convince the important persons in the board. And the chorus performance was, what happened, chorus steel was bought by Mr. Ratan Tata against a fantastic competition, and luckily they won it. And they are proud of it also. Now, of course, it has problems. Chorus performance has become a heavy load on his neck for Mistry. Was not able to carry, main thing is not able to carry board with him. Next time. Why Cyrus was dismissed? This is a bit of a very, very sad story. He has performed, he thought everything was going smoothly, but suddenly overnight in the evening one day we heard the news that Cyrus Mistry was dismissed. What this is, see, what is seen in the newspapers, what is we heard is totally different from what is happening behind the scenes. Whatever we heard from various people in the corridors of power, Cyrus wanted to write up nano business and get rid of chorus steel. These are two other pet projects of Mr. Ratan Tata. Nano unfortunately failed, but still he wanted to do something, battery car, etc. and all those things. He had a lot of problems in Singapore, brought it to Sanad in Gujarat, built a new factory, etc. Still he has got that kind of affection, what you call attachment. And second thing is chorus steel, we bought it at a very, very competitive price. And it is not doing well, but he says still we can do well. He asked for £1 billion from the government of Britain. Can pursue that, still we'll get it, etc. But now they got 500 million out of 1 billion. These soft spots of Ratan Tata were touched. He didn't. Our society is a patriarch society. We have to keep him in a regular loop of business, and you should go and say that. But now what Chandra, what he does is he got a good morning sir every day to Ratan Tata and keep him smiling. He takes decision, he can take any decision, but he is in touch with the patriarch. So he knows what is to be done. And this is where two gentlemen, Cyrus and Sikka, failed. They thought Naranamurthy is just enjoying his leisure in his house in the backyard of garden. He thought Ratan Tata need not be much of this one. Both these two people have failed in that, not taking care of the important people, I would say. They may not be on the board, but Ratan Tata was on the board of course, Tata Sons at that time. This Ramesh Sarin, of course, I was a witness during the time I worked in Voltas. I have seen this man and I was saying, so something I can add. Ramesh Sarin, he came from ITC. He proved himself as a leader and became board member in ITC at the young age of 39. He was very dynamic, attractive, customer focused, a bit aggressive, and with a manufacturing background. He was aware that he may not succeed because the chairman is backing his brother-in-law as his successor. Already by that time he has built a paper boards to his credit. What I told J.N. Sapru was the brother-in-law of A.N. Huxer. So this man, there is only one place at the top. If you have got 3 to 4 people championing for that, only one will get, other 2 or something have to stay in that company. If the chairman is not your friend, or if you are his enemy, your life is miserable, you have to go. If you are this one old man and they settle down, etc., okay, I listen to him, you can settle. But there is only one place. Sarin didn't get that place. So he has he also understood as his vehicle as it is dead, and he resigned and joined Voltas as president. Next. Conditions prevailing at Voltas. Voltas, by the by, you see, Voltas is being headed by H. Tobacco Wala as chairman, a typical organization which operates with a lot of rules. Can call slightly bureaucrat. I don't call it fully bureaucrat because I love that company. Company was more in trading of products, various companies. Wolcott Brothers and Tatas have put together, is called Voltas. Wolcott Brothers say OVOL and Tata say Voltas has become. 1954 it was started. So the Wolcott products, coffee, etc. was being traded by these people in India. So, no severe competition for its product in 60s, 70s, etc. Not much product. Only after the advent of Korean companies we have started seeing the real competition. ACs were being manufactured and sold. There is not much of customer focus. Probably you have to run for repairing air conditioner or something if there is a problem. At that time, they lost Russia business. It is Switzerland-based pharmaceutical company. So there was some kind of trend. Amul also they used to distribute 100 crores business, net 12 crores used to come. That also they lost. At that time, this Serene entered. Immediately understood the whole situation that it is a turnover loss and as well as profit loss also is very high. So immediately said, is being a manufacturing man, tobacco is only trading man. So immediately started a refrigerator factory. That is the place where I worked. So he used to come regularly to see the progress. So we formally, of course, we are not very senior at that time, but he used to meet everybody and he is very, very dynamic man. Let us be honest, he is very dynamic and very attractive, 6 foot personality, and he speaks with clarity. Such was the personality. So he said machine tools, machinery, textile equipment, other business, very well strengthened by him. What a dynamic and proven leader in marketing from Hindustan Livers. Hindustan Livers one Jagdish Chandra Chopra, still he is a genius in marketing from Hindustan Liver. He also missed the bus in becoming a chairman. So he came and joined Voltas. He knows the marketing by very thorough. So he brought him to take care of that, focused on customer care. He brought, when the refrigerator is manufactured, all of us see the above only. Behind that is the compressor, which is the key. So he brought Danfoss collaboration. Danfoss is a leader in thermostats and compressors, etc. Is a Denmark company. Next. Problem started coming up at the top. Styles of AHT and AH Tobacco Wala and Ramesh in RS were diametrically opposite. One is the smooth sailing and grown in Tatas. He has no problem with any other things. This is the style of company, that's all at that time. AHT being an old timer, he came to know everything what was happening in the company. Ramesh underestimated a tobacco wala. He said that has made a problem. I was found it going very, very difficult with the age tobacco wala. But they used to be respecting each other outwardly, but in politics, in this one, generally, even if you meet your enemy, hello sir, how are you, how is your family, etc. This courtesy is exchange is okay. Quit after 4 years and did not complete his 5-year term. He was frustrated in Voltas, but he has set up the whole refrigerator plant, etc. After going from here, he started the Carrier Aircon. Carrier is a big company in America in air conditioning. They are the world, I think they are the first air conditioning company. So he brought that collaboration and Carrier Aircon has started in Noida or something. Noida, Gurgaon, I think, one of the places. I don't know. Next. Lessons from unsuccessful leaders. Performance alone cannot be the only factor in success. Cyrus Mistry. He has shown the performance, but he didn't succeed. In India, patriarchy still runs. Sikh and Cyrus paid heavy price. Because Naganamurthy was not smooth and every day, good morning, sir, etc. He was not doing. Cyrus also didn't do it, so they paid a heavy price. Poor fellows. Even though their performance was very good and figures were showing a positive side, unfortunately. Carrying the board is required, but not that alone. Whereas Sikka carried the board happily and Shershahi, everybody was happy, but they also all have to go together. They have gone. Not carrying the board is also a problem. Ramesh Sharan learned the hard way. He was not able to carry the board, so he carried. Changing the culture of the company is very, very difficult. It's not very easy. See, people from bottom to top are used to a particular style. Suddenly change the style and if you press the accelerator, it doesn't go. It starts giving a lot of noise, etc., and problems also. And when a new unfiltered leader comes at the top, he doesn't know the bottom people. There are a lot of people who sabotage, and they, rivals are there, plenty of them to instigate, and it becomes very difficult. On the other side, board. On the other side, customers. So many of these things. It's a very, very fine balancing. Very few people can do it. Ethics plays an important role in some industries like Tata's and these people, L&D and these people. L&D is known to be like Tata's. Nobody pays 1 rupee for getting a contract because we have closely interacted with L&D. At least I know personally, there's no chance of getting a 1 rupee or anything. They are very fair and straight. So, next. Where did I get all this information? You may question me. Is it all concocted story for this evening now? This gentleman, R. Gopal Krishnan, I told you, he wrote a book. Then I read that there are about 20-25 cases, including Vikram Pandit of Citibank, Traversing of Uber. So many cases, very nicely written. Each case he has described what is the background, why they failed, and all those things. Including the Ramesh Sharan case was also discussed. So that gave me an inspiration. Why not we talk on this subject? Because at least some of the cases, of course, failure cases are plenty. Successful cases are very few. Google sources for the figures, etc. Even though I remember, but let it get confirmed from Google. Economic Times, from the time of inception, I means in Hyderabad, etc. I was reading. So at that time, this Dilip Sanghvi and others have given me a lot of inspiration to read that. Yes, some of the directors we know, they tell the stories, what had happened, why Cyrus was in trouble, why he is going out, how Serene got into hot waters. Some information grapevine cannot be confirmed. Because everybody, one story you got it means you twist it and give it to some next neighbor. So it happens. So kindly take it with a pinch of salt. So enjoy it. I hope whatever best I can collect the information, I have done it. And any questions, etc.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, for touching a very, which is, for any professional, one has to understand, few such cases. Then it is going to help to shape up the career. And if you can bring this knowledge to your offsprings when they are young, then they will not get into what we call crucible. The word is crucible. Nobody will fall into a crucible if they know few things early.
1 second. There are enough chances for us to make mistakes. Why do you make the same mistake? At least avoid these mistakes what they have done it.
Yeah.
I always used to tell my engineers, used to make same mistake. You got a chance to make new mistake, make a new mistake. I'll appreciate it. Instead of making the repeated mistake and getting abuses from me, you make a new mistake. I will be enjoying it also. How to solve that, we will do it. So at least our young children will stop doing these mistakes, repeat, and get a new mistake. Okay, doesn't matter.
I would like to, my observation, and I have few things, I would like to talk about ITC. One of the greatest thing about ITC is marketing. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, when you go to bed, next day morning when you wake up, you see the advertisement and publicity and a new brand springs up on the same day from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. They have achieved perfection in marketing. through their distribution. What Venkatrao sir mentioned, distribution is so great, they launch a product on the same day from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. They achieved this for all their brands. This is one of the greatest things. The second greatest thing about ITC is, it is YB Deveshwar's success. See, the person who is at the top of the company, helm of the affairs, is very important. And few years back, if you happen to see their AGM, they have mentioned ITC is future ready for the next 100 years. Can you imagine? There is no other Indian company AGM, not even Ambani's have mentioned this. Only ITC, I have seen in the last 40 years, only ITC has mentioned in their AGM, Deveshwar. AGM has to be in the AGM, the chairman, reads out the whole minutes. He said ITC is ready for 100 years, next 100 years. Imagine, what kind of products they are going to launch, what kind of markets they are going to cover, and what should be the, after, we don't know what is going to happen next year. They are talking about India-China war next year. They are talking about America-Russia war next year, 2025. There are a lot of secrets that are, there are a lot of planning that is going on. But these guys is, 100 years ready. That's about something great about ITC. I am an L&T product. I was in Bangalore when Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani came to our factory to talk about how to 570 crore kaise hadapna hai. L&T was cash rich company as on 83 when I joined. 84 they came, they visited all those factories and they siphoned these 570 crores straight.
I didn't do any mistakes about the
570 crore, that's the right figure. It was a cash rich company.
Cash rich company.
L&T was a cash. Those days, L&T and Siemens tug of war.
Yeah.
I got an appointment letter from L&T. Then I got an interview in Siemens Bombay. Every month they say, okay, Siemens says, I have taken 5 engineers from L&T. L&T says, I have taken 10 from Siemens. That kind of, how to take people from here and there. People used to hop. So L&T is another great company. Of course, there are a lot of Naik. We don't want to talk about it.
Naik has completed politics.
Whatever he has done it. In long years.